Mark Brown, Board Chair of Silver North Resources, joins us now from Vancouver. Welcome to the show and congratulations, because you've closed a private placement to secure funding that will see you through exploration for 2 more years. Can you give us the highlights of this?
Yes, Daniel, it's a very interesting financing actually because it's a large financing with the silver price going up. We were able to grab that money, but mostly because we've had so much great success from our drilling. And we have 2 years now fully funded, and our drill programs will be more than twice the size they have in previous years, which just makes them all way more efficient and great more chance for more really good results, which is what we've been having. The other interesting thing about this financing is how we did it, because a lot of it was charity flow through, which is a term specifically to Canada. We were able to issue it at an average price of 51 cents when we were trading at about 40 cents. So it's great for us. The investors actually get a tax deduction on some of that, and we get to issue a lot less dilution than we would normally have, and we got $11.6 million that's going to fund us for quite some time now.
And it's not just cash you've brought on board, it's more experience in the form of Nancy Curry, newly appointed to the board of directors. Can you tell us what she's bringing to the table?
Well, Nancy's a great person. We've known her for a long time. She's here in Vancouver. She's been up to date on our projects because we see her at all the shows, and she was quite keen and interested in the projects. She's worked in the investor relations area for a long time for a few different companies, currently Kodiak Copper, which is a very successful company. But better than that, she's just a person who has a lot of financial experience and a lot of experience in the junior markets. A larger network than ours as well. So it's a great combination of us working together. And she's seen our drill results, and she was really excited about what we've been doing with the silver price. So she thought, she's being very selective and did not want to. She's had several offers for boards and did not go on any other than ours. And she's keen to be working with us. So she's here today, and we're happy to have her.
That makes sense, seeing what we have come out of your Haldane project lately. Before we move into the forward-looking part, can you give us a bit of a summary of the highlights from your 2025 program at Flagship Haldane, as well as your Tim and Veronica projects, all based in the Yukon of Canada?
So it's tremendous what the geological team did. Jason Weber, the CEO, who you've had on here before, and Rob Duncan, our VP Exploration, really have done some amazing work the last 2 years, actually. 2 years ago, they drilled 3 holes and hit on 2 out of 3. And this year they drilled 8 holes and hit on 7 out of 8. And if you know anything about drilling and exploration, those hit rates are highly unusual. And when I say they hit very high grade silver, lead, and zinc. And as we went deeper in the drill holes, we actually were hitting over a gram of copper in some of the intercepts. So, one of the intercepts was 13 meters of 800 grams silver, which is very high grade silver, but it also had 1.5 grams of gold in it. And a little bit of a little bit of lead and zinc as well. So excellent results. We've got a tabular body sitting in this area we call the main fault. It's one of several targets that we want to drill, and we've got a lot more drilling to go for next year.
So looking forward, I know you're funded for 2026 and 2027. Can you tell us those plans specifically for Haldane for 2026?
So on the Mount Haldane, it's right in the center of the Yukon. It's right next to Hecla's operating Keno Hill mine. You can drive right to our project. It's a dirt road. There's power lines nearby, not to the project, but nearby. We actually stay at Banyan's camp there. They have a large camp, so that's easy for us and very efficient. And Banyan's done a fantastic job with their project too. So having all that great infrastructure there next to a big operating mine, we are keen to drill out a large resource potentially over the next few years. And now we're funded to do that. So we're going to have, we're just about to sign a new drill contract, actually, and we're going to have 2 drills on site. Be able to do, usually we just have 1 drill and we do 3 or 7 holes. This year we'll probably do at least twice that, maybe 15 plus holes. We'll drill 5,000 to 7,000 meters. And in this kind of geological setting, there's faults that are here and here, some parallel, some cross-cutting, and you want to drill in certain areas of these faults. And sometimes you drill too far and then you need to move a bit. And so now we have the funds to do that. And there's 4 main targets. There's obviously the main fault where we've been hitting the high-grade silver. And now there's also the west fault where we've hit a little bit of high-grade silver previously. There's the Bighorn area. And there's a couple other areas that we really like. And now we've got the funds to go and actually drill those. And if you can drill those and find some more high-grade silver, which we expect to find, you would very much be a takeover target for a company like the mine next door, because they would love to have additional ore sources for their mill. So it's all set up, with good infrastructure, great neighbors. As a matter of fact, we're in touch with the neighbor quite often, and excellent geology in the area. It's exact same as what they have at the Keno Hill mine. And we're excited because now as you said, we're fully funded to do the exploration, and we won't be issuing shares for at least another 2 years. So it just gives us lots of time to have lots of news come out with the results from the drilling over the summer.
Do you have plans set for the Tim and Veronica projects?
So those two projects are in the southern Yukon. Particularly Tim is down fairly near Coeur Mining, another large silver producer, but Coeur Mining's Silvertip mine. And it is actually optioned to Coeur Mining. So they are funding and running the exploration program on the Tim project. We've hit some nice results in trenches at surface. What we'd like to see is them do some drilling there and hit some of what they call CRD type silver deposits, which is mantos and chimneys that come together and fluids come up, and you hit these high grade silver plumes that they've been hitting a lot at Silvertip, and they'd like to see, they think we have the same kind of deposit and the same kind of geology. They'd like to do some drilling to prove that up and to prove there's some high grade silver there. And for us, of course, that's really good because we don't have to fund any of that. Right next door to that is Veronica. Veronica is a project we picked up. It's our most recent acquisition. We've done a little bit of work there, found some high-grade samples, over 1,000 grams per ton at surface. And we're going to do a little bit of work on that project ourselves this summer, which is surface sampling type work and maybe some geophysics, just to kind of say, is this something we really want to spend some drilling dollars on? Because, of course, the drilling's more expensive. And maybe if we found something good, it's not far from where Coeur is working on our Tim project, and they might be interested in that project as well, if we can kind of say, yeah, it's got huge potential. So lots of excitement down there as well as at Haldane.
Certainly sounds like it. Well, finally, Mark, I know your AGM is coming up shortly. Any things you want to say to investors and potential investors?
Well, I mean, I think our share price was pushed down a little bit because of the financing we did. It was the largest one we've ever done. And the silver price had pulled off a bit there, but the silver price has been recovering quite nicely. It's well over $80 US an ounce now again. And what we are drilling is high grade silver, so our break even would be much lower than those prices. I don't know what it is, but so there's just lots and lots of potential. And we're at a period right now where our shares are a little bit depressed from this financing, but we don't have to issue any shares for another couple of years. We've got a lot of work coming on. We're going to have a lot of news flow coming. So we're kind of at an exciting time, and we're going to be out telling people about it. Jason and I get on the road and do that quite regularly. And we're very excited to get the drill turning again, which will probably be early June. So that'll be pretty good. And sorry, I should say 2 drills turning. We're going to have 2 drills on site there. So that'll be excellent to have lots and lots of news flow coming.
Well, I'm looking forward to speaking to yourself and Jason about the news flows, and other members of the mining.com.au team will certainly be chasing you down at PDAC soon.
Well, it's great to chat with you, Danielle. Thank you very much for having me.